All right, welcome back to TV5 News at 9, everyone. It's another edition of Ask the County. Of course, joining us this morning, we have Saginaw County Treasurer Tim Novak. So, Tim, it's good to see you. How are you?
Good morning. Fantastic. Brisk morning, but it's a beautiful day.
That's right. We're going to warm up, so don't worry about that.
Absolutely.
Because today we are talking about the annual auction of properties. So, Tim, you're hosting the auction. Just tell us a little bit about the properties, how they end up on this auction block.
Yeah, so folks are required to pay property taxes. You get 2 property tax bills a year, as a little friendly reminder there.
Yeah.
July and December. And then if they don't pay them, really after 3 years, then we're required by the state to foreclose on a property.
Okay.
In other words, what that means is, so on April 1st, if you don't pay or have made a deal with the local county treasurer, the property becomes that of the county treasurer, and by state law, we have to offer that at the public auction, which is this week.
Wow. Okay. So, how does that work, the auction?
Yeah, so we used to kind of do it, we have it in person. It was kind of fun, and
Yeah.
a lot of people like to go locally. COVID hit, so we adjusted and we have done them online this is, I think, the second year in a row we've done them online.
Okay.
So it's strictly all online, which means there already has been active bidding. And then tomorrow at 10 o'clock until 7 p.m., it'll be active online. You can watch it online and kind of monitor the bidding process that way. So a little different.
Do we get to hear your bidding voice?
No, I don't get to run the bidding. They don't let me do that, right? That would be one of those fun things.
Yeah.
To do, right?
I just had to ask.
Yeah, no, that would be fun.
So tell us what happens when someone does win their bid.
Yep. So if they're the highest bidder at the end of the day, it'll be 7 o'clock. Shortly after that, they'll generate an email. They'll get the email with the payment procedures and a list of the paperwork that you're required to have notarized and send back.
Okay.
So then, and you have 5 days of which you have to pay for that. So.
And then after those 5 days, does the person who won the auction take possession of the property, or was that process?
Yeah, so they get what's called possession of the property as soon as payment and paperwork is all completed. But you really don't officially become the owner for 6 to 8 weeks until the deed is mailed back to you in the mail. So, but in that time frame up till then, you can get the property insured. You can prep it for security, whether it be change the locks.
Yeah.
Board it if it's depending on what condition the property is, because not all of these are in great condition. So,
just being honest. So that's great. What should a buyer do with the items left from, say, the previous occupant if they're there?
Yeah, let's say there's some valuables or furniture or a car. Those things are not part of the auction sale. So we sold you the property and the house or the garage, let's say. But the stuff that's in it, you need to make a reasonable effort to try to find those folks that owned the property before. I would suggest, certified mail, things like that, to create a paper trail that you made an attempt. And vehicles have their own. You have to, call the, police department with the VIN numbers, and so there's a process that has to handle. So you just don't get what's in it. And we've had that happen where folks have said, I want to buy that property because I can see in the garage there's a classic car, and you don't get the car. And so it's just try to let people know up front, you don't get those kinds of things, aren't yours to keep.
Right. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The golden rule.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, the auction is done online. You said it starts tomorrow at 10?
10 a.m.
And where do people find this online auction?
So they can either come through the Saginaw County Treasurer's website,
Okay.
or the website you can go to is tax-sale.info. That's Title Check handles our auction for us. You can check there, and there's auctions all over the state. So if you wanted to buy property up north or whatever, they also run them for plenty of other counties also. So you can kind of see what else is out there. Maybe you got an investment you're interested in.
Absolutely.
It's not a bad way to look.
Would you say that this gets enough or good enough turnout? People really show up for these auctions?
Yeah, so we have had, we used to fill the rooms up, and even online you can see there's quite a bit of traffic.
Okay.
And we've created, I think with the pre-bidding window, there's more traffic ahead of time that can kind of monitor, but a little caveat, make sure this is buyer, you get it as is. You should do your homework, and now we're on to the, it's last 24 hours.
Yeah.
You should really make sure, and if there's an occupant in it, you don't just get to move them out or turn the utilities off or anything like that. I have one last warning here before I know we got to go, but
you're good.
We want to make sure that you go through the district court to a formal eviction process, because there are occupants in some of these, either former owners or tenants. we actually have a business that's operating, things like that. So you just,
Yeah.
you just don't get to go in there and bulldog anybody out.
Well, this is great to learn. You know, I had no clue that this auction even took place, and there's lots of things to follow. So it's good to be
We have
aware.
vacant property, we have houses, we have commercial property, so there's a kind of a whole gamut of stuff available.
Very good. Tim, we appreciate it. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming in.
Thank you.
Of course. And we will have a link to that auction too in the hot links section on our website, wnem.com.